will share insights about the importance of multi-factor authentication in safeguarding our personal and professional digital identities. In this intro to vocal variety speech, Peter will attempt to use vocal variety to illustrate scenarios related to the topic. Peter Thornton, keeping your online account safe with multi-factor authentication. Keeping your online account safe with multi-factor authentication. Peter Thornton.
Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters. Thank you for letting me speak with you this evening. There's one thing all of us have in common here. We are all very involved with technology. If it wasn't for the technology, we wouldn't be on this Zoom meeting right now. We all had to log in to something in some fashion just to get here to this meeting. Living in the 20th century means we have to deal with keeping our identities safe. There are cyber criminals out there trying to steal our money, our identities, cause harassment, all sorts of trouble. So we have to pay attention. I'll tell you a story I had a while ago. I had a contractor working on this door you see right behind me. I received an email from that contractor. I owed him $2,000. This email said, hey, instead of writing me a check, would you please buy a $2,000 iTunes gift card and send it to the following email address? I knew immediately what happened. I called him up and I said, you've been hacked. You better check your accounts right away. What would have prevented that from happening would have been multi-factor authentication. I'm here to tell you what that is and some of the different types. First of all, we have passwords and passphrases to log into our online accounts and services at work and personal. Accounts get breached all the time. 81% of the time, it's because of weak passwords or poor password management. Passwords are not enough to keep you safe. Now, as a cybersecurity consultant myself, I evaluate security for companies and people all the time, and I see this frequently, and here are some recommendations that I make. Let me tell you what multi-factor authentication is. We'll call it MFA for short. You may also see it represented as 2FA, two-factor authentication, two-step authentication. For the purposes of what we're discussing today, it's all the same thing. We'll just say MFA to cover all those bases. The password or passphrase is something you know. The second factor in multi-factor authentication is something you have. So those two factors combined validate the authentication, the authenticity of your identity for the service or the website that you're logging into to make sure that you're really you and not some imposter trying to steal your money or your identity or cause you some harm. The first layer of security, of course, is your password. I don't want you to think that just because you have multi-factor authentication turned on, you can get lax with your password. We'll talk to you more about that in a moment. Types of multi-factor authentication. The most common one is SMS, short message service. You refer to it mostly as text messages. And very often, this is the only option. A lot of the online accounts that I have only have one option for multi-factor authentication. That's SMS, meaning I give them my user ID, I give them my password, then I receive a text message on my phone with a code that I have to enter in, and then I'm logged in. The second one is an authenticator app or push notification. That's an app that you may have installed on your phone that generates a 6-digit code that you enter in when prompted after your password, or it may give you a push notification, meaning you'll get a prompt on your phone that says, are you logging into this website? Press yes if you are, press no if you're not. It may also tell you the location that you're logging in from, the operating system, and some other information so that you can check it to make sure that it's a valid prompt or not. And here's the third. It's called a hardware key, hardware token, and it is my preferred method. And it's a hardware key that looks like this. Now, the way this works is after entering my password, this is a USB key. I insert this into my computer and push this button. And in order for the login to work, I must be in physical possession of this key. Without it, nobody can log in. So that leads me to talk about some of the weaknesses of these different methods of multi-factor authentication. The first one I talked about, the text message, it's susceptible to a type of hack called SIM swapping, where somebody actually takes over your phone through social engineering. Social engineering is a manipulation to cause somebody to act in a way that's not in their own best interest. And here's how that works. I want to hack your account. So I find out a little bit of information about you from Facebook. Call up Verizon. Hello, Verizon. You won't believe what just happened. I lost my phone. I'm on vacation and I fell into a canal and my phone and my wallet are at the bottom of this canal. I got to fly home, but I can't get my boarding pass and everything until I get my phone back. Can you help me? I don't know the secret code because it's in my wallet at the bottom of this canal. Please help. I can give you my mother's maiden name. I can give you my social security number. Is that enough? Okay, great. Now my new phone is activated and I've stolen your login information by swapping your phone. So it's susceptible to that. The hardware, the Authenticator app can be hacked by another social engineering type where I might call you up and say, Marina, this is the help desk from work. We're checking out some suspicious activity on your account. I've been asked to validate your identity. Can you please look at your phone and read to me the code that we just sent to you to validate that you're really you? Great. I know it's the Friday before a holiday weekend. I know you're in a big hurry. Please do that. That's it. Okay, great. Have a great weekend. Everything is fine now. Only now I've stolen your login information. Now I can log in as you and take over your accounts. With the hardware token, none of those can happen. Unless somebody is in physical possession of this key, nobody can steal your identity. So in order of priority, I would like for you to examine your accounts to make sure multi-factor authentication is turned on. I've given you some negatives, but that's okay. You'll still be 99.9% safer than you were without anything. Email accounts, #1 priority, because that's where all of your information lives. Then bank accounts, social media, shopping sites. Check those, please. As a cybersecurity consultant, you know by now, my brain is wired for negativity. Pessimism emanates from every pore of my body. But I want to leave you with a sense of peace and security. So I would like to close with a haiku. Passwords exposed, secrets stolen, trust shattered, guarded hearts we mend.